paint models and Transformers uses that model as a guinea pig, and that's worth checking out. Or if you don't want to go through all that, I'll break it out now. Why not? Since I just mentioned you, last comment, I think you was talking about that one. And no, that's the Grand Prix. Oh, I thought it was a 70. That's a 74 Challenger. So, scratch my idea I just had. Thinking of possibly doing it the same as I'm doing this one. I'm gonna set the camera down on the tripod for this. Clear spot. I normally be playing some GTA or something right now. I don't know why I still play that game. I love cars so much. That's the only reason I get on that thing. But I've about filled all my garages up with all the cars I can get. It bores me to death. So let's see if we can get some inspiration going. Sounds good to me. Set this bad boy down. Oof, this is what I need to finish. I need to get the paint job finished on this one before it gets super cold outside. And these wheels figured out. I've put these off for the longest. Tell you what, that playlist is worth checking out just if you like this model and want to see. I mentioned quite a few of the details and what I've done on this thing. How I bought 2 different model sets for the rear wheels, 2 at a time, and then 3D printed wheels I cut up and made fit inside the rim of the other one that I had cut out the center and cut it in half, sanded it all smooth. But it's killing me. I want that beautiful lip to show with that rim in the back. Oh my goodness. Have you ever? Oh, what y'all guys are sleeping on Dodges for? Everybody's fixing up Monte Carlos, Impalas, all these Chevys. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm a Chevy guy to the heart, through and through. I built this car on, talking about video games a minute ago. This idea came from Midnight Club. I did a 70 Dodge Challenger on it. It was yellow, 2-tone silver from this breakdown. That silver with a black pinstripe or black stripes through it, kind of like the factory, and a black stripe or blacked out center section on the hood. Sitting on about some 28s. Rims I'm sure weren't the same, but it don't look too great solid yellow, but man, once that 2-tone gets done, yes sir. And there's only a light coat of clear on this. I like to, if I'm doing multiple colors or stripes, decals, I like to get a coat of clear down first in between everything. Wet sand it down, put the next layer, wet sand it down, next layer. So this will need to be wet sanded, taped off, silver, cleared, wet sanded, taped off. I had the factory decals for this, but it's an old kit and they looked like marble or something. They were ruined, they were old. I don't know if I'll just paint my own stripes or try to find some more decals, at least for that side. I don't even know if I want the RT in it. Doesn't look too special like this all yellow. It is a pearl yellow. But that bad boy also bought a another model of a Dodge Viper just to drop that motor in it. And she is detailed and dry brushed. It's not just plain silver. It has like the wash and all the crevices. Firewall detailed. I'm going to add all the plumbing and wire, intake and all those parts, really dress it up once they're in there. Radiator and all that stuff. Not to mention the chrome. This one has a 3D printed steering wheel to match, sort of match the rims. I did the hardware, the photo etched hardware on the seat belts. I don't like the flocking. I've got this other material, it's like felt, put down for the carpet. That flocking stuff makes a mess. And on these close shots you can see every little hair. Look like you got a bunch of like you got a bunch of hair everywhere in the car. I even washed the down in the grill and the vents. I didn't cut the trunk on this one. I may light it up. Put a battery pack back here. The headlights and tail lights, it'll light up. I haven't done that on the model kit, so we'll see where I go with that in the future. Figure these wheels out and get that paint job done, and I can pretty much put this thing together. I took over a year break on doing this. I can't currently do these very detailed model cars because I have my daughter running around under me. And yeah, small parts and small children don't mix. But I got some goodies waiting, all the little parts. I work on each little part best I can, just like the big cars. And put them all together, very carefully and patiently. That one needs some love very soon. I put these things on the back burner for myself, and I take care of my responsibilities and all that good stuff, but I keep them in the back of my mind. It's something to do. Motivation, whatever you want to call it. Killing time, waste of time, whatever you want to call it. I would imagine we're probably into part 3 by now, at least the end of part 2. I was going to talk a little bit about the Transformers. I don't have much to say about them. I'm about done with them. No, I do have some stuff. There's some more customs. Let's keep going. I started collecting 20 years ago. Those two figures there were the first ones I bought, 2001. I mentioned this before on some videos a while back. I think I did a little series of old versus new. That's worth checking out too if you like the G1 Transformers and their updated versions. And that's my whole goal with this collection. I've got the first 3 years of G1 Transformers all complete. And I'm trying to match an updated version of each character from those years. I have the old and new. I have a lot more put up, still in boxes, put in storage bins, things like that. Some of these need to come down. I need some more room in here. So yeah, check out the old versus new videos. So they were alright. I laid everyone out, each one, and it's updated. The old original G1 and its updated version 2 or 3 times over on my table here, just like I got everything else. And I went over them all. And I will revisit that series when I'm done with this collection. I only need a handful. Need I see they just made them too, but I can't get my hands on them and it's too late, so I'm going to have to pay top dollar if I want them. Runabout and Run Amok from Earthrise. I want to say Earthrise. Yeah, it wasn't Siege. Alright, they're like $100-something for a $20 figure. I can't swallow that. It's bull. And the only other big one I need, Predaking, which I ordered a while back from a guy in China and got screwed over. Luckily eBay gave me my money back. I was scared to order again. There's the original Predaking. I gotta get his updated version. There's the original Runabout and Run Amok, whichever one's which. And Omnibots. Hasbro hasn't made us any Omnibots. I see a third-party company is just coming out with some. But I don't really do third-party companies anymore. I got a whole collection of the original Transformers, and every updated one I have to match them pretty much is Hasbro. So I keep that the same. Planet X. I did get their third-party Dinobots when they first came out. This is one of my favorite customs too. It's one of my favorite shells, to be honest with you. Fall of Cybertron, War for Cybertron, Fall of Cybertron, video game versions. These are all custom painted on this shelf. That Defensor is not, and I figured he looked pretty decent with them. I didn't have nowhere else to put him, but he is customized severely. None of those figures were meant to go together. And that's old. That's one of the first customs I did before everybody got in that craze with Devastator years ago and started making customs all over the place, and then we had third-party companies making a ton of them. I was talking about third-party companies. This guy, that's one